What's good? It's Khalil Jamar. Hope that all is well with you guys. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. If this is not your first time on my channel, welcome back. Now, I haven't done a video on this type of topic in a while on a powerlifter or a powerlifting event, but after what happened at Raw Nationals this past weekend, I had to do a video on it. There were a couple of people there who did some amazing things. Ashton Ruska broke a couple of records. Jen Thompson got inducted to the Powerlifting Hall of Fame. And the guy who we're going to be talking about today, though, I think he's the guy who made the most noise at USAPL Raw Nationals, Austin Perkins. Austin Perkins had an amazing performance, but before we get into going over his performance and we take a look at what he did, let me actually tell you what the USAPL Raw Nationals is. Now, it's one of the bigger events, not only within the federation of the USAPL, but within powerlifting in general. It's one of the bigger events. And before the USAPL had split away from the IPF, I always looked at the USAPL almost like the playoffs for powerlifters to make it to Worlds. Usually, if they won their weight class, they got to represent their weight class on the national team when they went to Worlds and competed against other athletes across the world, the best athletes across the world. Now let's talk about Austin Perkins, who he is, and then let's get into his performance, because again, he went off and had one of the crazier performances, one of the best performances in powerlifting history. Austin Perkins, he's a powerlifter. He competes in the 75 kg or the 165 pound weight class. And even though that's the weight limit, he usually comes in a little bit lighter than the limit. He's usually, from what I've seen over the last few years, he's usually anywhere from 160 to 163. So he comes in a little bit lighter. He's competed for about 7 years. He's only 23 now. He started competing at the age of 16. And in 7 years of competing within powerlifting, he's never placed lower than third at any of the meets that he's been to. He's always come in top 3. And over the last few years, he's either holding down the number 1 or the number 2 spot, but a majority of the time, he's coming in first. I also do want to point out something about Austin. I think this speaks to the type of competitor, the type of powerlifter, and overall the type of person that he is. But in a recent post by A7, it's basically a small highlight clip of Austin's performance. The caption of the post is, "I've been working for this since I was 13 years old." And I'm guessing that is coming straight from Austin's mouth, and that's a quote that he said. And if this is one of his quotes, it shows his commitment, because he's been competing for 7 years, but he had this in the back of his head since he was 13 years old. So he's been committed to something for the last 10 years. And sometimes when you're committed to something for that long, you might not see the result immediately. It is hard for people to believe in you until you get it done. This guy, he's been waiting and he's been working for 10 years to show what he's truly capable of. To stay that dedicated to something, I think it is something to highlight. Yes, he had a great performance, but I think the mindset behind it as well is something that should be highlighted. And again, like I said, his performance was great, but I can only imagine, I can't even imagine how hard he's had to work over the last decade to make what he did happen. Not only did he complete something that he's been thinking about for almost half his life, he battled through a surgery as well. He had to get I think a year ago, he had to get a hernia removed, and he was able to, a year later, put on this type of performance. So again, I think that just tells you the type of powerlifter that he is, the type of competitor that he is, but I think more importantly, it tells you the type of person that he is. Knowing that he went through that surgery and hit the numbers that he was able to hit, it makes his performance that much more impressive. On squats, he went 3 for 3. He went 9 for 9 the whole meet. That means he hit every single lift. But on squats, he opened up with 633 pounds. His second attempt, he hit 661 pounds. And his third attempt, he hit 691 pounds. He almost squatted 700 pounds, only weighing 160 something pounds. I mean, he does have huge quads. He has quads like Saquon, and it, to me, kind of looks like him. But outside of that, that's a ridiculous amount of weight to squat and hit at that size. He squatted more than 4 times his body weight, guys. His squat, the 691 pound squat, that was a new record. He ended up breaking the previous record, which he also set. That was 672 pounds. Bench press, his first attempt, 407 pounds. His second attempt was 429 pounds. And then the third attempt was 440 pounds. Deadlift, First attempt was 666.9 pounds, 667 pounds basically. Second attempt, 722 pounds. And then third attempt was 744 pounds. Overall, he totaled 1,877 pounds at a body weight of only subs 165 pounds, because again, he comes in a little bit lighter, and he surpassed one of the greatest raw powerlifters of all time with this total, Taylor Atwood. Now he did win the event at his weight class. I'm not 100% sure if he came out as the best lifter there, but I do know for certain he beat out the guys in his weight class by a large margin. The second place person, the person who came in second place in the 75 kg weight class, Austin beat them out by 51 kg, which is over 100 pounds. So nobody was coming close to beating Austin. But here's what I think is really scary about what Austin did. Let's say that the USAPL manipulated the rules a little bit. Austin's able to jump up, weigh 163 pounds, weigh 165 pounds, and jump up to the 82.5 kg weight class or the 182 pound weight class. Let's just say that happened. If that did happen, Austin would have beat out everybody in that weight class as well. If he competed at 90 kg, he would have came in third. If he competed at 100 kg, he would have came in second. And when I give you guys these placements, I'm talking about his total, not his dot score, because he would come in number one every time based off of his dot score. He would be the lightest one in each weight class. So basically, he would place top three within the next three weight classes above him, which is, to me, that's absolutely insane. But guys, that is the end of the video. You let me know what you think about Austin's performance in the comment section. I think that what Austin did was unbelievable and phenomenal. And again, guys, that is the end of the video. Again, make sure that you leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later.